Good day, viewers. Welcome to Afris Concept TV, your number one reliable channel where you get updated and enlightened on what is happening around you. I appreciate you for the time spent while watching and viewing our channel. So if you are new on this channel, don't forget to click on the subscribe button as well as the bell button to get updated whenever I drop any video.
Viewers, we have another beautiful trending news for you today, and the headline is How Hope Awaits Ihedioha at Supreme Court Tomorrow as PDP refuses to withdraw case. But before I proceed, don't forget to click on the red subscribe button as well as bell button to get updated anytime we upload new videos. Thank you. Honorable Emeka Ihedioha, who was sacked by the Supreme Court on January 14th, 2020, has not given up on the legal battle to reclaim his position back as governor of Imo State. Ihedioha remains very hopeful that he would win at the Supreme Court after he and his party, the PDP, applied for review of the judgment that sacked Ihedioha and declared Senator Hope Uzodinma of the All Progressive Congress APC true winner of the election. The manner the Supreme Court treated the review application by PC and its candidates in Bayelsa State governorship election, David Leon and Beo Barakuma Deji Remeyon, sent shiver on politicians and political parties and reminded them to hold the judgment of the Apex Court in high esteem. The Supreme Court dismissed the APC and Leon's review applications for lacking merit, declaring that its judgment was final forever except if that is amended by legislation. The Apex Court went to impose heavy fines on the councils to the APC and its candidates. Most people are scared of applying for review of Supreme Court's judgment, and others are thinking of withdrawing their bids for such reviews. But the PDP and Ihedioha insist that they would not withdraw their application for a review of Imo governorship election judgment, stressing that the case was different. Ihedioha hopes to win review for some reasons, which he believes will convince the court. Firstly, Ihedioha's case was based on the grounds that there is a serious error in the Bayelsa review judgment. Justice Amina Agia, who read the lead judgment, said that the application did not prove that there was any clerical error, accidental slip or commission, or that any aspects of the judgment needed to be varied. In this case, Ihedioha and PDP believed and would prove that there was a big error and the need for the judgment to be varied. Ihedioha, the PDP, and their legal team had asked the adjournment of the case so that they could file in more documents which would help proving their point in the case. Secondly, Ihedioha insists that there was a serious error in the calculation of votes that made the Supreme Court to declare Uzodinma winner. According to him, adding that the votes Uzodinma reportedly got from the extra 388 polling units would make the total vote to be more than the total number of registered voters in Imo and accredited voters for the governorship election itself. This area needs to be resolved. Thirdly, Ihedioha believes that it is not possible that only Uzodinma got votes from the extra 388 polling units. In view of this, why was he the only person that was awarded votes, while other candidates were not? It would be nice to know the votes other candidates got in those additional polling units as well. This area also needs to be settled. Recall that Uzodinma came fourth initially based on the results announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, which conducted the election. Many are now wondering how the fourth turned around to become the first. Finally, it I worry of not that the Imo judgment has been generating serious controversies in Imo, Abuja, other states, and even abroad ever since it happened. The dust raised by the judgment is second to none. There were judgments on governorship election in other states. They were not as contentious as that of Imo. Ihedioha and his party must have prepared very well with their facts and figures to ensure that they proved their case, and that could be the main reason why they refused to withdraw the application, despite the way the Bayelsa review was treated by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court will treat the Imo review tomorrow, March 2nd, 2020. Both the PDP and the APC are keen to see how things work out. Nigerians and the international community are watching, as the PDP had said that the case has attracted international attention. While Ihedioha hopes to be returned as governor, Uzodinma believes that he would retain his seat. The clock ticks faster. Tomorrow is almost here. Do you think Ihedioha will succeed by winning the case, or Uzodinma will retain his seat? Thank you for listening to this news. Viewers, I will say that the Supreme Court judgment on Imo State was a complete error, and with proof. How come Hope Uzodinma was the only candidate that got votes in the controversial 388 polling units? How come all the result sheets of the 388 polling units had the same handwriting? Those result sheets could have been written by one individual. I think so. It's really dramatic to see a man who came forth in a contest to be declared the winner. If Hope Uzodinma was so popular, why didn't his party win even a single seat in the State House of Assembly? The Supreme Court judges are not infallible and truthful because they are simply humans. Reversing that judgment becomes imperative because the whole world is watching. If that judgment is allowed to stand, then I sympathize for Imo State because Hope Uzodinma will be worse than Robin Hood. What I expect from the Supreme Court tomorrow is a complete nullification of that election. A fresh poll should be conducted in Imo State because Emeka Ihedioha did not have 2/3 of majority vote in that election. Instead of declaring Emeka Ihedioha winner, INEC should have declared Imo State election inconclusive. They should have conducted a rerun in the controversial 388 polling units. Tomorrow's judgment will expose Nigeria and its democratic culture. The whole world is watching us. So the judges should take cognizance and be very careful with their judgment. International countries, international courts, and organizations are already interested. They are watching. They will be coming to observe this election. If not, I think they should be around by now. Because tomorrow's judgment should be far different from any other judgment. And every loops and crowning that will generate or enable any foul play to come in during any counting, I think should be properly taken care of. There should be carefulness, there should be observations, and there should be patience. The judges don't need to be in a hurry. They should take their time. Carry out every step that requires proper counting and initiate every ideas that will enable proper judgment to be delivered. I believe that at least with the presence of these international delegates that will be coming to observe tomorrow's judgment, I know that definitely a fair judgment will be given to PDP. I give kudos to PDP for their consistency, for their not losing hope, and for their confidence that yes, they want it, and of it true they want it. Because if a rerun of an election, of a governorship election is carried out in Imo State, I have this 99% confidence that Emeka Ihedioha will be elected once again, because it's the people's choice. There is no doubt about it. So the hope Uzodinma is having should be hopeless, because by tomorrow, with all full confidence, I believe that Uzodinma, Emeka Ihedioha will be reinstalled back as the governor of Imo State, and joy will cover everywhere. So, what is your comment concerning this news? Don't forget to leave them behind. Click on the subscription buttons as well as the bell buttons to get updated anytime we upload new videos. Thank you.